In the first movie, Agnar had a line of dialogue where he said,
Elsa, what have you done? This is getting out of hand.
which implied that there had been issues for some time with Elsa's powers. But this movie has you believe that everything's just fine and dandy, and both girls are able to play with magic just fine with no worries from either parent. Also, how does no one else know about her powers if there's no danger at this point? This top-heavy object landing upright on its feet after such a haphazard toss is some bullshit.
What are you playing?
Enchanted Forest. The prince and the princess.
That's like no enchanted forest I've ever seen.
So, if the girls hadn't called their game Enchanted Forest, then it wouldn't have occurred to Agnar to give them this important story? Why would Runard bring his only son and heir to this event attended by a race of people he hates?
Do you think the forest will wake again?
Only Atta Holland knows.
After who what?
Iduna plays an advanced version of the pronoun game by alluding to Atta Holland in a way that if the girls didn't ask what she meant by that, she wouldn't get to explain it. Did this asshole seriously not see or hear that the tree was being chopped down until it fell?
Are you telling me tonight you're gonna get down on one knee?
We're really doing this, huh? The biggest issue with this film is that none of the characters besides Elsa have an actual arc, and Kristoff is the absolute worst of all of them.
Hans!
Unredeemable monster!
Greatest mistake of your life! We didn't even kiss you!
Callback to the first movie is callback. The problem isn't just that Kristoff has a completely cliched, unoriginal arc, but also that for it to happen, Anna has to be completely stupid and oblivious in these moments.
Into the end.
Elsa is a dick to her sleeping citizens.
Air, fire, water, earth.
How can she tell which of these is which? They're all so tiny and non-descriptive. Especially the fire one, which is literally just a rhombus for some reason.
Let me see what I can see.
Redundancy.
Remember our first trip like this when I said you'd have to be crazy to want to marry a man you just met?
Wait, what? Crazy?
There really were so many interesting things they could have done with Kristoff and Anna. A mature subplot that delves into conflicting commitments would have been great, but instead we have to watch this.
Well, if that dam broke, it would send a tidal wave so big it would wash away everything on this fjord.
Everything? But Arendel's on this fjord.
Okay, so the setup for this conflict is that Runard engineered this dam to reduce the North Tholge's resources and force them to depend on Arendelle. But did Runard not foresee the possibility of such a thing happening?
Different circumstances, this would be a, pretty romantic place, don't you think?
Different circumstances? You mean like with someone else?
Oh, Anna, what did they do to you? Sven does an impression of the audience.
This will all make sense when I am older.
Skip! Olaf the Tank Engine.
You're not worth it! Guess what? I'm the bad guy! What?
This scene is pretty hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. I would remove a sin, but the sin is that it isn't this funny for the whole movie.
When nature speaks, we listen.
Wow, the fire spirit sure has a great sense of dramatic timing. Wouldn't this scene be a lot more tense if it looked like an actual forest fire with smoke and sparks and tree limbs falling and actual orange flame? Prudy the fire spirit is cute, I'll give him that, but he's a discount toothless and you know it.
This is from one of our oldest families.
Then how come we don't get to see them in this movie? Okay, damn it, I guess I gotta remove another sin.
We are the people of the sun.
I have no idea what that means and it's never explained once.
What else do you miss?
My father. He passed long before all this.
Then why did you bring it up? You know what she meant, dude.
You know air, fire, water, and earth.
Yes.
But look, there's a fifth spirit.
Ah yes, the 5 elements. Earth, air, fire, water, and cold water.
Why do lullabies always have to have some terrible warning in them?
I wonder that all the time.
No, you don't. This comedy routine goes on for so long it might as well have been in some short film.
Will you marry me?
Most predictable joke of all time somehow made the final cut. This entire song and everything it stands for.
Hey, Olaf, maybe just one of you should do it.
Anna would be excellent at Fanmade Cinemasins.
The end of the Ice Age.
Movie brings up the Ice Age out of nowhere and then drops it immediately.
Her good deed was rewarded with you. You are a gift.
A gift that caused nothing but stress and fear for over an entire decade. Atta Holland did not think this through very well, did it? This branch smacks Anna on the left side of her head, but somehow she ends up having twigs stuck on both sides of her hair. Why is Earth the only one that has an entire population of creatures? Is there really even an Earth spirit then?
Found it.
Thank you.
Olaf apparently kept a bunch of water and a fish in his mouth and didn't say anything to Anna for however long it took to find his nose. Shouldn't Elsa be more than powerful enough to do this easily? In the first movie, she basically froze an entire country without even realizing she did it.
Atta Holland is frozen.
Roll credits.
Every inch of me is trembling, but
following song is called Show Yourself. It was hidden during marketing, and everybody thought Into the Unknown was going to be the new powerhouse to replace Let It Go. But instead, it was this. It's perfectly animated, perfectly performed, and is packed with emotion. It's one of my favorite scenes in any movie. It's the best damn song Disney's ever made, and I'm going to take off 5 cents for it. I would have taken one off just for this shot alone. This couldn't be more transparent if they tried.
What are you reading, Your Majesty?
Some new Danish author.
Reading.
It makes them think they can defy the will of a king.
How far exactly does Arendelle extend outside of a little town on a fjord, which is all we've seen of it at this point?
King Runard, the dam isn't strengthening our waters. It's hurting the forest. It's cutting off the north.
Apparently not, though, because 34 years later, the dam is still there and everything seems fine. I thought the whole point of the dam was that they'd need help from Arendelle, but that hasn't been happening. No one can get in or out, remember? Also, how come this guy didn't share his discovery with anyone else before confronting Runard about it?
We have to break the dam.
But Arendelle will be flooded.
It won't. The dam is nowhere to be seen in this 360 pan-around shot, but here it is in the next shot, plain as day. Also, that dam is very nearby. Either this is a major continuity error, or this is really all the ground Elsa and Anna covered together after abandoning Kristoff. It's a sin either way. Also, earlier they were able to look out over the dam from a nearby cliff. But where's the cliff now? At the beginning of the film, the Giants had such perfect accuracy with these rocks that they could do this. But now that they're trying to kill Anna with them, every rock they throw just misses like a dick.
I'm here. What do you need?
To get to the dam.
You got it.
This is the height of Kristoff's contribution to this movie's plot. The Giants take out the section of the bridge between Anna and the side she came from in this shot, but a moment later that hole is gone and she's able to run all the way back to that side with no issue. Yeah, no. That's not how water works.
The spirits all agree. Arendelle deserves to stand.
While I do agree that the Arendellian citizens don't deserve to be punished for something they didn't even take part in, it just makes more sense in the context of the movie to destroy Arendelle at the end. Elsa can apparently sense where the snow that makes up Olaf's body is and summon it to herself, even though when he got lost earlier in the film, as well as in the Olaf's Frozen Adventure short, they had to go out and search for him.
You know, you belong up here.
Why?
I feel like this forest has really changed us all.
It hasn't. The problem isn't that Anna's the queen, the problem is that Elsa's not the queen.
Charades Friday night, don't be late.
Movie thinks that Elsa visiting frequently and having a fast way to travel there is as good as her just being there, but it's not. Holland looks like it's only about a mile offshore. How is this place's existence a legend in any way? Did these assholes not also get Thanos snapped along with Olaf? And what about the Ice Palace? How is everything still standing? Did Elsa have to remake it off screen?
You don't know cold. Come the winter, you will die like flies. Those of air, of fire, of water, and earth.
Long ago, the 4 nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Charmander. A flame burns on the tip of its tail from birth. It is said that a Charmander dies if its flame ever goes out.
Hello there.
See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls.